Kevin McNamara, founder of Mothers Who Have Lost a Child. And firstly, I would like to thank Christina and Amy for the opportunity to talk with you here today. My daughter Holly, she died from SIDS, sudden infant death syndrome, when she was only 5 months of age. At the time, I was a police officer and I just finished a night shift down in Melbourne here in Australia. I was at home asleep when I was woken by my mother-in-law at the time, and big bang on the front door. You know, Holly, there's something wrong with her, she's down the doctors. I said, look, she'll be fine, she'll be fine. Got to the doctor's surgery, the doctor pulled me aside and said, look, Kevin, we're really sorry, we tried everything. At this stage, being on night shift, you're a bit half asleep, half awake. And I said, look, I've got no idea what you're talking about. He said, look, we tried, I'm really sorry. Next minute I looked over and there was 4 ambulance officers standing around a table, and they had tears in their eyes, and I actually knew a couple of them. And they just walked away, and there was a baby lying on the table there. So of course I walked over, and sure enough it was Holly. And at this stage I was just totally numb. My whole emotional system had shut down. I didn't cry, I wasn't sad, I wasn't happy. I was in what I describe as a twilight zone. Just really no emotions at all. Just I couldn't feel anything. I couldn't cry. I tried to cry, just couldn't cry. I even wrote a book called Do I Have to Cry to Say Goodbye? Because I couldn't cry. Not even at Holly's funeral. You know, I did cry eventually after getting very, very drunk one morning after a night shift, as a matter of fact. And I got home and just played a video of Holly at Christmas time, and that really, the tears just flowed. And that was about 3 or 4 months after she died. So it was a long time to go with just feeling this no emotion sort of horrible feeling inside your body. My first steps to re-entry were, I guess, reading lots of books, you know, looking for a purpose. You know, what can I do now? I wasn't a victim for too long. I've always been a fairly positive sort of a person, and that victim road just wasn't for me, feeling sorry for myself. It was for a while, as happens after you lose somebody. But I started to think, how can I help others? You know, which for me is the key to moving forward. I actually organised a charity bus ride for a charity up the east coast of Australia in an old London double-decker bus, which was interesting. I learned a lot about charities, I learned a lot about myself, and I learned a lot about other people. So that was a real step forward, even though it was quite painful at times. Another first step for me was certainly meditation. Meditation changed my life. Would I change anything? Look, each part of my journey I look upon as a stepping stone, leading me to where I am today. I wouldn't change a lot, but I guess the one thing I perhaps would change was getting some help and advice on what my purpose was. Because I was quite lost there for a number of years after Holly died, and I think seeking help to find my direction would have been really handy. At the time I tried to do it all on my own. You know, eventually I did find direction, and certainly with Mothers Who Have Lost a Child, it was a great place to end up. So I've got no real regrets, but I would definitely not try to do it on my own next time, that's for sure. The advice I'd give, definitely ask for help if you need it. That's really, really important. I think the most important thing for me was actually finding that purpose, really finding what you're here for, that meaning in life. And it is helping others. It really is helping others. So don't get stuck with the victim mentality. That's really important. Start taking action. You know, keep learning, keep moving forward. You know, the difference between a flower that is dead and a flower that is alive is the flower that's alive is growing. It's growing, it's moving. So keep growing, keep blooming. That'd be my best advice. Would be, yeah, keep growing, keep moving. Take responsibility for your life. Forgive yourself, forgive others, and serve the world with love. Thank you so much for your time.